Mr. Basi, let me start by asking you the kind of scenes that we saw at the court, journalists being asked to prove who they are, being pushed around, being asked to take out their ID cards by lawyers. What is the locus standi of the lawyers to question them like this? Many journalists have reported being manhandled. A professor of JNU has even spoken about women being sexually harassed by the mob there. And the question is, the police just stood there and watched, even as reports come in of an MLA, BJP MLA caught on camera, using force to strike out at the protesters and the people there.
Barkha, at the outset, I must tell you that there are allegations and counter allegations. So, going by the version of one group perhaps may not be fair, because the other group also have made certain allegations. And for your information, one of the MLA belonging to BJP has reported that he was beaten up by certain persons,
yes,
who had come in support of Kanhaiya.
Yes.
And he got injury, and we already have sent him for medical examination. So, relying on the version of one group perhaps will not be fair.
But Mr. Basi, the MLA you talk about, the BJP legislator you talk about, he's actually caught on camera, and a moment from now we'll actually be playing out those shots. And it seems in those shots that he's the one who's actually grabbing somebody and not the other way around. You're saying he's claiming that he was attacked, but in the shots it's he who seemed to be leading the violence. And in fact, later he gave a statement saying that if people would raise pro-Pakistan slogans, he would not apologize if he had to hit them.
You see, I have given instructions to my officers that they should look into all the allegations.
Yes.
And then whatever is required to be done under the law, that should be done.
Yes.
So, if somebody has been roughed up by anyone,
yes,
we will take action as per the law.
But I'm asking you again that you are talking about this particular BJP MLA actually being the victim when the crowds or the people there are saying that he was the one who raised his hand. Or raised his hand first.
We will look into this particular allegation, but as I said, you see, we are very clear in our mind that we have to maintain law and order. That is why we had made sufficient arrangements at Patiala House, and that is how, if I may say, any serious situation has been averted. Some minor scuffles have been reported because of the, if I may say, the passions were running high, because this issue is an extremely emotive issue.
Yes.
A large number of persons somehow are not at all in agreement with the sloganeering which took place at Jawaharlal Nehru University.
But Mr. Basi,
that is why we had made adequate arrangements, and that is how serious situation has been averted.
Yes, but Mr. Basi, you keep saying a serious situation has been averted, and you talk about the sensitivities of the slogans. And while no one is defending the anti-India slogans at all, no matter what you may think of the slogans at a court hearing, why should journalists, why should students be roughed up? Why should a legislator and his supporters take the law into his own hands? And what is the police doing, just standing by and allowing all of this to happen?
No, I am in full agreement with you. Nobody has a right to assault anyone else. And in case we find that somebody has taken law in his own hand, we are not going to spare him or her.
Because, you know, Mr. Basi, I ask you to look at these pictures again. And in the pictures, in fact, and later in his statement, the BJP MLA says that those who raise slogans in front of Pakistan, when he's asked कि आपने ठेका ले रखा है देशभक्ति का, he says, angrily, हाँ मैंने ले रखा है और वो ऐसे बोलेंगे तो हम मारेंगे. Now, this is what he says, you know, and on the pictures, it looks like he's the one grabbing the person.
You see, that is why I'm saying we will look into it and take action as per the law.
But, you know, the fact of the matter is, Mr. Basi, there remains the question of what happens to the students and the journalists as well. But I also want to take you to another thing that's caused a huge amount of controversy, which is this Hafiz Saeed tweet. Now, you as police commissioner, the Delhi police actually retweeted this tweet. It turned out to be a fake Twitter handle. That Twitter handle has since been deleted. In reflection, looking back, do you believe that the police should have done its homework before widely sharing a tweet that sought to link the JNU students to the Lashkar chief?
You see, I do not know how do you say that it is a fake tweet, because this tweet supposedly had come from Hafiz Saeed.
Yes.
Whether it is a tweet by Hafiz Saeed, genuine tweet, or whether it is one of his proxy has given this tweet, or whether some other unscrupulous person who is interested in creating law and order situation in Delhi has given this tweet, one doesn't know. That is why, as far as we are concerned, this tweet contained highly objectionable contents, and it was essential for us to educate people that they should not be swayed by such propaganda.
But you know, it perhaps became the basis for what the Home Minister later said, you know, basically saying that Hafiz Saeed was backing them. And so the questions do arise. Even today, the Delhi Traffic Police is retweeting this tweet and the Twitter handle doesn't exist. But let me move on by saying that asking you that you made a comment today that you have conclusive evidence against the JNU Student Union President, Kanhaiya. But, you know, when we heard his last speech, he was actually talking about having full faith in the Indian Constitution. So what is the evidence that he himself, I know there were others who were raising slogans about the barbadi of India, but the person you've arrested, what is the evidence you actually have against him?
I'm not going into his personality or in his past conduct. I'm going into a particular act which is in question as far as this particular case is concerned.
Yeah.
Evidence available so far indicates that he did participate in this particular procession, and he did utter, he did make utterances which transgress the domain of Section 124A.
But can you please give us examples of what these utterances are? You have arrested a boy. Please tell our viewers, please tell our, the countrymen and women watching this, what did he say that you consider seditious?
As you know, the investigation is still continuing. We registered the case on 11th. It is too early for me to conclude my investigation. Once I conclude my investigation and file the charge sheet, all these facts will be made public.
All right, I have to ask you in the end, on this program last night, I asked you whether young boys were being picked up from a festival of Urdu poetry, the Jashn-e-Rekhta, just because they look like JNU students, and you said no. But I brought to you an account of a boy who was detained for 4 hours just because he had an SFI flag in his bag. Mr. Basi, how can you defend that?
No, I'll tell you, I have looked into this particular case, and for your information, you see, this festival was attended not only by artists from Delhi, from India, but also from abroad, including Pakistan. So we had taken special security precautions for this this particular festival. The DFMD had been placed. People who were permitted to go inside, they were searched and frisked. When searching and frisking was carried out, this gentleman was found carrying a lot of posters and pamphlets of SFI. But now, a police officer who was at the gate, he thought that this person may not do something objectionable once he is inside.
But Mr.
So
Basi,
he asked him, this person was not able to
SFI is not a banned
presently explain why he was carrying so much of publicity.
But Mr. Basi, SFI is not a banned organization. It's not a banned organization. It's a legitimate elected student body. So why should the police ask him to explain why he's carrying its material?
Ma'am, it is not a banned organization. And if you may kindly recall, recently we had an incident where ink was thrown on Mr. Kejriwal, and Mr. Kejriwal, that ink which was thrown by a person who obviously was not a person belonging to any banned organization. She belonged to an organization which once upon a time was part of Aam Aadmi Party. So we have to be careful. So the officer took the decision, the officer on the spot took a decision. He detained the person, took him to the police station where he was questioned for some time. And once we found that there is nothing against him, person was released. But considering that Pakistani artists were participating in that festival, it was extremely important for us to ensure that nobody goes inside and creates any situation which may not be a security risk, but which may be embarrassing.
Well, for instance, Mr. Basi, I have to say I really don't agree with this last.
But it did cause a lot of, if I may say, anxiety to the Honorable CM.